Hello, I'm Tim Murphy, supervising lifeguard for Sonoma Coast State Park, and I'd like to take this opportunity to discuss beach safety and ocean safety and what to expect when you visit our coast. If you park at a beach and you notice signs, make sure that you pay attention to the signs. They're there for your safety as well as staff safety. The signs could be informative, like a trail sign, but they can also be warning signs, something that says, no lifeguard on duty, or sheer cliff, stay back. So once again, they're there for your safety, but they're there for the rescuer's safety as well. Next really important thing is to watch the water when you come down onto the beach. We don't want you just rushing straight into the water. You're gonna notice two areas. There's gonna be a wet area on the sand and a dry area on the sand on the beach. And we want you to stay on the dry sand away from the wet sand. When you get to the beach, don't be in a hurry to run out and get into the water. Make sure you leave yourself enough time to actually watch the ocean conditions develop. Here in Sonoma County, we have a lot of very powerful surf, or what are called long interval swells. So that means that there's a lot of power behind those swells. And a set of waves could come in. It could be 3 waves, it could be 10 waves. And then after that cycle, the water looks relatively calm. Unfortunately, people take that calmness to be that it's going to stay that way for the rest of the day. And when they set up on the beach or get too close to the water, that next set of the large interval swells comes, and they're referred to, or they call them sneaker waves. In fact, if they actually took the time to set up and watch the conditions, they'd realize that it was going to be a recurring event throughout the day. Probably the most important thing is to never turn your back to the ocean. We have a lot of unnecessary rescues and unfortunately fatalities that occur because people don't pay attention to this one simple safety rule. So when you're down to the beach, we want you to have a good time, but never turn your back to the ocean, especially if you're near the surf or near the rocks. Another thing to remind yourself, you can see the cliffs behind me. Always make sure to take a designated trail down to the beach, and conversely, when you want to come up back off the beach, make sure to take the same trail up. We have a lot of cliff rescues because people try to scale up the cliffs instead of taking a trail. And some of those rules, if you follow those, you're pretty much guaranteed a good time at the beach. We want to remind everybody that we have a lot of opportunities for outdoor recreation here at Sonoma Coast State Park. Following those simple rules that we provided, we hope you all have a wonderful time when you visit our beautiful coastline.